Welcome back, you lot. You might have thought that Astartes was dead in the water because it's been so many years since we last got an update, but Games Workshop have just released a trailer for Astartes 2. It's not dead. It's not dead. The original creator is still working on it, and it looks like we might actually get to see it, although I'm going to do two spoilery things before we watch it together. I have to admit, I've already seen it. I was painting earlier, watching Hellstorm Mikey stream, and he played it, and I should have looked away, but I couldn't. I wanted to join in, so I watched it, and it's good, but it also means that we have a slight idea as to what it actually means before we get to it, which is kind of important. So let's have a quick read of this first. This teaser trailer is not actually clips from the new animation, instead showing a compilation of shots that represent the former lives of the characters that will appear in the show. Now, I wanted to point that out because my initial thought was, oh my god, it's like an anthology series. It's like a series of different episodes that are going to focus on different things, and oh wow, that's incredible. And that's not what it is, and I don't want you to go into this, like me, going, they're doing a series, because I don't necessarily know that that is what this is going to end up as. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you are thinking to yourself, oh my god, it's happening right now, it's not. It's going to arrive in 2026, which, as I'm sure you're aware, that could mean 12 months' time. After all, we are in 2025, we're in January of 2025. It could also mean like 20 months' time. We have no idea, because that's a whole year, and who knows? Who really knows when it's going to happen? So I just thought I would just give you a couple of warnings there before we get into it. It's a very good trailer. We'll watch it through, then we'll go through and have a look at some interesting stuff. And I'm excited. Like, I'm actually excited, which is a shame because, like I just said, it's going to be like at least a full year. So let's get some headphones on. Let's get a bit of headphone action. Ow! This is so going to get copyright claimed, by the way. 100% this is getting claimed. I'm not getting away with this. Not in a million years. Many brotherhoods united in purpose, we are the shield that slays. It's not a bad first quote. It's a very good first shot, though. The shot composition's still there, clearly. Clearly. Nice chaos action as well there. Bit of Chaos Marine. And this... oh, it sounds so good. So good. The punch to the face. I mean, he's in trouble, but the punch to the face was excellent. That is an insane shot as well. Absolutely ridiculous. As is that. I mean, it's just full of them. We will come back to that, but that might be one of my favourites. 10 out of 10 Dreadnought. I love the texture on that armour. Oh, the cloaks. I love the cloak. It's so good. And then right at the end, we get that. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Bit of Terminator action right at the end with the Inquisition logo on the head. I mean, to be fair, they did say in the article that you can probably guess what this is going to end up being about, and I think it's fair to say that between the quote at the start right here, many brotherhoods united in purpose, we are the shield that slays. I mean, that could just apply to Space Marines in general, but then follow it up with a Terminator helmet and that logo right there, and it's probably safe to assume that it is going to be a Death Watch-based animation, and I'm really hoping that it's like a mixed squad Death Watch animation. So like Kill Team Cassius, you've got a Terminator, you've got some like just your normal TAC Marines, you've maybe got a bit of jump pack action in there as well. That would be nice to see. But whether it ends up being that, I don't know. That's just a minor wish listing on my part. Let's go back through and take a look at what we've got properly, shall we? So, got a few different Space Marine chapters, and we've also got them making Predators cool in the year of our Lord 2025, which is kind of impressive. I mean, who'd have seen it coming? Just highlight the point, though, that Predators are cool. Initial shot is very fun. My first thought was like, is that a Thunderhawk? But it's not. I don't think it is anyway. The engine configuration doesn't match. This is probably not going to mean anything to you, because I'm watching a video it's on the highest quality, but I'm watching a video, recording that video, then I'm going to encode that video again because my stupid face is going to be all over it as well, and then YouTube is going to encode it again, which means that if you're lucky, you may get 1 out of 8 of the original pixels making up this particular work. So yeah, that ship right there, initially I thought Thunderhawk, but it's not really the right proportions and the back end doesn't look right. Then I was like, is it that Fire Raptor thing, the one out of Horus Heresy, forgetting that there is in fact a different version of the Fire Raptor that doesn't have the gun sticking out the side and instead has got like missile launchers on the back, which I believe is what this is, which is the Storm Eagle, I think. There we go, so we've got the Fire Raptor there, and we've got the Storm Eagle there after a bit of hunting around on the Warhammer site. And for my money, that the Storm Eagle assault gunship, that matches that pretty closely. Like, the back end matches, the overall proportions match. You've got some flame coming out the sides there on the wings and on the front of it, so I reckon that's probably what that is. Overall, just as first shots go, the insane scale of this is absolutely spot on. It just looks like it's coming up from nothing and goes on infinitely. That is vertigo-inducing. It's very, very cool. Also, again, the sound design is excellent. That, again, just the scale of it is brilliant. If you look at like where all the lights and the torches are, there's just so many people, and having that Chaos Marine in the middle, arms out, very, very fun. Very fun. Something that's also interesting, love the plasma, and just see the Retributors again. Missed the Retributors. Have you missed the Retributors? I've missed the Retributors. The like texture on the Chaos Marine looks really good. Plus, he's got like the older style of Power Pack, but then there's another Marine off to the side that's got one of the newer styles of Power Pack. And I like that kind of ragtag feel, because unless the guy with the more recent Power Pack is about to get shot in the back of the head, ostensibly they seem to be on the same side. So I like that. I like that mix and match. Such good crowd stuff. The sound though, it's so good. It's so good, and just seeing this again, it's just nice. It's just nice to have it back. So nice to see that symbol. And does this also potentially? I'm assuming that this means the Retributors are just fully canon now. They are they're no longer a homebrew thing. They're a like recognized chapter. That's my assumption. That's my guess. Which is really, really awesome if that's what's happened. But then again, could you do Astartes II and not bring back that chapter? Could you? I don't know that you could. I don't know that people would be happy with that, to be honest. It makes sense why they're back, but yeah, it's just nice seeing it again. Got some sides of the Emperor fighting Tyranids. You got the black arms and legs. You got the yellow middle. They are a fun chapter. This, I had no idea. I'm not going to lie. If it wasn't for someone saying Mortifactors on Mikey's stream, I don't think I'd have picked up on who this lot were. And having the big skull on the shoulder pad, admittedly, that does help. It looks so good. What? Also, look at that. Look at it. Just look how, like, dangerous that Space Marine looks. I don't know how else to put it. It's like one of the most menacing gliding motions I've ever seen in my life. Also, the Purity Seals floating off the shoulder pads is ridiculous. It looks so good. And that, I feel like, ideally, if that could be released as a wallpaper in super high quality, that would be great. Like, I don't want to give Games Workshop bad ideas, or like ideas that will cost us money, but you could charge a couple of quid for that and I'd pay it. I'm not even ashamed to say it. It just looks so good. It's amazing. Really, really, really nice shot. So we've got Blood Angels as well. So far we got the OGs, we got the Scythes of the Emperor, who I always want to say are the Emperor Scythes, but technically no. I mean, same concept, different layout. Then we've got Mortifactors, Blood Angels. And that, again, the jump packs look great. And they're not raptors, sons of Medusa. And look at that, like, look how good this looks. They made Predators cool, again. I mean, really, they've always been kind of cool, but I just, I love that. And this is also why I maintain, I love me some tanks, right? You know that, you all know that. I've got plenty of tanks up there, and there's more over there, we don't want to talk about that. Tanks with actual, like, treads, tracked tanks, tanks that don't float. I don't want grav, I don't want anti-grav, I don't want hover, and none of that. I don't want that. I want exactly what was shown here. I want weight, I want heft, I want a feeling of momentum, of speed, and that's what you get here. Also, did you notice that when the tank on the right fires, they also shoot off the hunter-killer? Did you notice that? You will now. Oh, it's so good. I just want to watch it over and over again. Also, Tau stealth suits, very fun. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh! Rhino shooting at the gaunts there. Didn't even pick that up on the first one. Huh. Definitely worth watching it again, wasn't it? It's so good. Love it. That guy just got manhandled. Not great for him, but... Are they carrying a dude by his head? They are carrying a dude by his head. How's that for a you're coming with me? Yeah, I love the cloaks. Cloaks look brilliant. And then, what a way to finish, just teasing a Terminator right at the end. Just teasing it. Now, we do also have some pictures of the helmets from the teaser, which, I mean, it just looks so good. It just looks so good. This is making me think, though, I really don't want them to do a Space Marine 2. While Titus being upgraded to Primaris was a fun little story beat, I'm really kind of hoping that they just stick with it. That they just stick with the Firstborn here. Or at least maybe don't turn all of them into Primaris. I'm kind of... If they're doing Death Watch anyway, which it seems incredibly likely that they are, we've got, 5 Marines from different chapters, we've got a Terminator at the end, which potentially a different chapter again. I would really like it if they resisted the temptation to just go, no, everything Primaris, because Astartes didn't lack anything for want of them being Primaris. Like, it's not like I was sat there going, oh, this is cool, but it would be better if they were Primaris. The story by itself was enough. The characters were enough. Just the overall storytelling, the settings, the environments, the action, the pacing. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no wonder we are collectively salivating now that we're beginning a little taste of that again, because we have. We got another taste of it with the secret level episode, and now we're getting another taste with this teaser, and it's just reminding me of how good Astartes was. Astartes did not miss out by not having Primaris Marines as opposed to Firstborn, and there's clearly a skill, talent, and love of like how Firstborn are represented in Astartes and in this teaser trailer for Astartes 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it was suggested that they had to shift over, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it, but I guess a part of me is just like, leave him alone and let him do what he is incredibly good at. Let Sigmar Peterson do what he can do to such an extent that collectively we love him and love what he makes. You don't need to mess with it. It's all good. It's all fine. I think that's the only, like... And it's not even really a concern, because it's not like I think that them being Primaris would be a bad thing, or that, like, oh, well, what if he's not capable? Clearly, very, very capable in every single way. But, I don't know, there is a charm to it. There is a charm to it, there is an aesthetic to it that feels established through Astartes, and I'll kind of like to see that continued with the second one. But that being said, I'm just an idiot with a microphone and a camera. Like, I don't have the kind of skills and capabilities that Sigmar has. So I'm not one to sit there and like prescribe what should and should not be done. It is, of course, just personal preference. But I think it's just because of how impactful Astartes was and just how nostalgic I've become for it, having seen this again, that Oh, I don't know. I mean, as teaser trailers go, it feels like it's done the job, because I just want more now. I just want more. And that's obviously what they're aiming for. That's what they've lit up. And frankly, some of the little things in there, the little details, just the overall attention to detail has always been fantastic. But that clearly hasn't gone anywhere. And the expansion of environments with so many different stages for what we saw, the increase in enemies, the fact that we've got orcs, we've got tyrannies, all of that stuff. Oh, I just want it now. But no rush at the same time. It's going to be good no matter when it comes out, let's be honest. And admittedly, we have seen quite a bit of this stuff previously when we saw the first trailer for Astartes II, when it was a private endeavour as opposed to when it was a Games Workshop one. At least I believe it was between the first one and then Games Workshop hiring, doing the hiring process and stuff. But there was definitely some extra stuff in there. There was definitely an expansion of it, and I just want more. I just want more. They've done what they set out to do. They've made me hungry for it. And I'm assuming they've done the same for most other people as well. And if we are going to get a Death Watch animation with a mixed squad from various different chapters who have various different approaches, that sounds like a hell of a good time. So, yeah, let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. I will obviously link the article and the trailer. I'll also link Hellstorm Mikey as well, because that's where I first watched it. I should have had the self-control to go, no, I'm not going to, because I'm going to make a video, but I couldn't help it. I'm just excited. It's cool. It's really cool. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.